Now, your Alaska Link weather for Fairbanks and the interior.
The summer sunshine is taking over here across the interior as we roll into another weekend of July, which is different than the other weekends of July we've had, as we had an usher into some wet and even cool conditions for the early half of this month. But we're now getting more of that summertime taste that we had back in June, which we'll have to keep an eye on those conditions, especially soil conditions, fire weather concerns, as we see some drying. But what we'll note is that the summer sunshine is going to take us at least through early next week. We're also noting that we're heading to above normal temperatures, as we're even expected to reach towards and potentially even some days through the 80s, not looking to hit the 90s. Now, we typically do not see a 90-degree day every year. We did see one last year, but this year it's looking like, at least for this week, we're not seeing any promise to head all the way to the 90s. Mid-80s, though, for high temperature could be possible for a few days, as we're seeing that we'll keep those mostly dry conditions even into the middle of next week. End of next week, we might talk about some chances with some easterly waves trying to move in, but a lot of the activity is looking to stay more Gulf of Alaska region-wide, staying even coastal at times, so bringing that all the way up here through the interior is looking to be pretty limited. So a dry summer-like forecast here in place. We're even here into our Saturday after seeing that warming take place today, heading us back to seasonal temperatures. With the morning low of 51 and an afternoon high of 77, we are above normal, especially with that average high sitting at 73. Now, records sit into about those mid to upper 80s, so not looking to crush any records here for the near future. We'll keep an eye on next week's potential, as what we'll see here is our Saturday is still in that trend of warming those temperatures back up after that cooling, and now also drying out our soils, as we're going to see another very similar day to what we had today. All day sunshine starting the day off into those 50s to head into those 70s. That all-day sunshine tops off at 19 hours and 28 minutes. We are losing there just over 6.5 minutes per day, with a 4:12 sunrise and 11:41 sunset. High temperatures across much of the interior through even the Alaska Range. We are talking 70s. Denali National Park topping off at 74 degrees. Tanana at 74 as well. Circle at 77. As we head into that Sunday forecast, very similar conditions. Continuous warming starting to pop up some more of those 80s. Tanana Cross there. Our Tanana Cross is at 80 degrees. Tanana is at 79 or 78, and Fairbanks has a chance at hitting 80 degrees. So bringing us up to about 5 to 10 degrees above normal. Now, we'll see that as we head into next week. Note that we're not seeing any really big changes. There is a slight increase into some of those winds there Monday through Wednesday due to some returning weather, again, to the Gulf of Alaska. So we'll have to keep an eye on some potential with wind and dry conditions with fire weather concerns. As we'll also note is that we do have our warmest temperatures there from Monday through Wednesday, where we climb into those low to mid 80s, but still expected to stay fairly dry. And then we'll keep an eye on the potential of trying to usher in some shower chances with some cooling potential through the end of the week.